and it was done.
Yeah. I mean, you have had to reinvent yourself so many times along the way. In this season, how are you reinventing the narrative of your life?
Ooh, we getting deep. Well, you mentioned in the introduction about not shrinking. I know people may see me and think I would never shrink, but it is a practice to know you deserve what God has for you.
Yeah.
And the courage to go get it. And I think that Route 100 night, I was in my full self of joy, of excellence, of achievement, of love, and of the other reality of struggle as well. And this chapter of my life is being unapologetic about bossing up. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
They say, like, in your 40s, they say it gets better, but it gets better.
It really does.
You get real clear.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got all this time to waste.
Yeah. You really do. I mean, I felt like my life opened up at 40.
It did.
It was like, oh, I feel like I'm just getting started.
I'm just getting started.
Yeah. You got this new clarity. You got this new sense, this self-awareness.
Yes. And the world has told you so many stories about what your life should look like at 40.
Yeah.
And mine did not look like it at all.
I know. I mean, you know, you and I both, you know, even on our line of very accomplished women.
Yes.
You know, we're not married. We don't have children.
Yes.
You know, we are always the ones who are quick to respond, say, yes, we'll go on the trip.
Yes. Yes. Begrudgingly.
You know,
stay up the late. You know what I mean? We always were very close in our and have various. But they tell you these stories of like, this is what it needs to look like for you to be happy, for you to have peace, especially peace, right? And mine doesn't look like that. So I'm like, so what? Do you just live in turbulence?
Yeah.
No, I reject that.
Yeah.
So let me rewrite my story too. Let me rewrite and let me show that there is another way for other people who want to explore it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What do you want people to say about you in the next 5, next 10 years about what you've built?
What I've built is that it's sustainable, that it has shifted the way people experience ownership. And what do I mean by that? The media industry is shifting right now with platforms, with streaming. And I think there's an opportunity in our community to have unique approaches to revenue sharing and whatnot. And so I want to kind of revolutionize how we think about that and how we build economic power in our community and economic opportunities in our community. So I want them to know the stories we write, but I also want them to know that the infrastructure of our community, particularly economically, is stronger because of what I've built.
Yeah, that is stronger. What type of stories are you looking for when you're looking to reshape?
Well, I think that there is just writ large in terms of categories. There's like sports and politics and whatnot. But there is an angle about what makes this conversation important for Black people. So I say we want the Root to break news, verify news, and help people make sense of the news, right? So when we break news, if you got a hot lead, hit us up at the Root. If you got a big announcement, you know, let us know because we want to treat that story. We want to investigate it. We want to break the news. Verify the news. You know, there's a lot of AI. There's a bunch of stuff out there that is questionable. So we want to be a trusted source that we fact check and do all that stuff. But making sense of the news is when you see what's happening in our country. Let's rewind 6 months where the question still was like, how are Black people going to engage? Or even like the Target boycott. Why can't you not just boycott everything? And why is it not powerful? Why, what is the history of boycotting in our country? What is the history of boycotting globally? The first boycott I ever learned about was when we boycotted as a Black community South Africa because of apartheid, right? And so in my head, those products that we didn't support then, I still remember to this day. What did they do to get right with our community? So I want to tell those stories so that people feel empowered. And then I want to tell stories that are like that. That's on the root side. On some of our other things, we want to tell stories of things that people don't always think about when they think about like, you remember the era of Boomerang, Strictly
Yeah.
Business, like
Yeah.
those were entrepreneurial stories, right? They were scripted, they were casted by Black people, they were directed by Black people. But then you also had the era of higher learning, which really made you think about race and injustice. Those are the type of stories that we want to tell. And then we want to highlight people who are doing amazing things in their community that will never be told. Maybe because nobody ever thinks it's important enough to write it down, or maybe because their local newspaper is actually closing because the way media is doing it. We have an opportunity to chronicle our history, provide it to museums, provide it to libraries so that it doesn't get erased. We aren't going to be here forever.
Yeah.
So we got to document it while we're here.
Yeah. Document it while we're here.
Yeah.
What advice would you give 20-year-old Ashley, or even 30-year-old
Girl, you
Ashley?
be wildin'. You be wildin'. Calm down.
Calm down, girl.
I think I used to approach with an iron fist. Always.
Yeah.
Even as a child.
Yeah.
A very self-righteous approach to the work. And it doesn't have to be like that. My old boss, Valerie Jarrett, actually taught me that you can build better with kindness than with anger. And that anger was honestly a manifestation of things that I just was working out in myself and my own confidence and clarity about who I wanted to be. But younger Ashley, I would tell her, be like, I wasn't mean, but be kinder in your approach. Be thoughtful of the whole human that you're working with and your whole humanness.
I think I would say the same thing to myself.
Really?
Yeah, because I was so...
We were like, girl, we was like...
Knucking
and bucking and ready to fight.
We was knucking and bucking. Listen,
we had to heal.
Yeah.
We had to heal.
That's perfect. We had to heal. And I mean, we were doing it in real time, right? Everything was just happening in real time. We were put in leadership positions in real time. Young people put into these positions. I mean, all these moments. I mean, I remember when I spoke at the White House on my birthday.
Oh my gosh.
And I ran into you. Ashley didn't even know I was going to be at the White House.
Yes.
And literally, we're walking up this, and we literally...
I was like, Brandy? Carly?
Ashley... Allison, Ashley or Allison. Literally, we were screaming that. You had no idea I was going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think to call and tell you, hey, I'm going to be in DC or anything. And we run into each other. And I think that that's just always been our journey along the way. But we had to heal.
We had to heal.
Yeah, we had to heal.
We had to heal. Because life is not... Life was not hard. I don't I think there's different versions of healing, but I think everybody has to heal.
Yeah.
And I think it gets a lot easier once you do.
Yeah, it really does.
Because 20-year-old Ashley, even if I had all the experience, if I hadn't healed, wouldn't have made it in 6 weeks to an acquisition.
No.
Because I would have cussed everybody out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you wouldn't have made no friends.
No friends.
You wouldn't have had the relationships to even call on.
Yes.
And pull on.
Yes.
If that blessed you, trust me, you've only scratched the surface. There's so much more wisdom, truth, and transformation waiting in the full conversation. Click the link in the caption below to watch the entire interview. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode of Vault Empowers Talks.